I'm going to jump straight in, Kyle. I'm going to jump straight in right to the third rail here, because I know you were saying you were not buying the Trubisky renaissance. You were not buying the fact that Trubisky and Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace were just being them. It's now the BU backed in to the playoffs, but with 3 nice games before taking the Packers into a fourth quarter competitively. They're in the playoffs because of that. Yep. Do you buy this? Do you like it? You think this is the future for your team, or what?
I'm trying to be positive in 2021, Rich. I think I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to get a foothold on how the Bears could win this game. I'm racking my brain.
Okay.
Even down to the point where the finest moment for the Chicago Bears organization took place in the New Orleans Superdome in January of 1986 when they won the Super Bowl. Nice. They're going back to the scene of that. But that's where I'm at. I'm scraping by from 35 years ago. What's killing me, if to really get into the game, is Roquan Smith might not play in this game. He's banged up, left the Packers game, has an elbow injury. If he does not play, I think Alvin Kamara might have 13 touchdowns. It might be that bad because he's so important. The reason they drafted Roquan Smith is to play games in domes against really fast offenses and go sideline to sideline. If they don't have him, I feel like it's just going to be a release to hounds for the guys with the fleur-de-lis. And as it pertains to Mitch, it's this classic syndrome of the worst thing you can be as an NFL quarterback is decent. You just be bad or be great. Like, please don't be decent, because then we don't know what to do with you. And it was a classic Trubisky is the most difficult boyfriend to break up with ever, because at the second he makes a mess of himself, he shows up with roses and diamonds, and that was the winning streak to end the season. And then we got the Packers. So it's such a difficult, hellish purgatory to be in, which doesn't really make sense, but that's what Trubisky is, hellish purgatory.
Well, I think the silver lining in all this,
tell me one.
Here it is that, while you're still wondering, is this Fugazi Trubisky or real Trubisky, and a decision is going to have to be made. And I do think the answer is let him hit the free agent market and then sign him at a cut rate after his market value is determined. If he's up for that, or move on. And that said, we can figure that out for another day, though. But David Montgomery's a real thing, though. I think that's.
Oh my gosh!
I think that's been determined. That you were hoping for that last year didn't materialize, led to a disastrous season, and the fact that the run game was allowed to balance things out, in a way that we're still waiting to see if the Bills could do such a thing, and they might not need it. You know what I'm saying? Like that we're seeing Montgomery showed, and he could take you home in a playoff game the way that he's been playing. That's at least the good stuff, I think, with the defense that you clearly will bring into the next season as well.
I think so, too. Listen, the Montgomery thing, it got lost because the Packers blew their doors off in the second half because Rodgers is Rodgers. But that Bears-Packers game started beautifully.
It sure did.
The Bears had one of the best drives they've had all season. Montgomery's going right between the guards. He's gashing the Packers. He got hurt for a second, went out, and they lost all their momentum. They lost everything. But they've found something in him. Now, are they going to be able to hang in the dome? I hate the matchup. I do. As a Bears enthusiast, I was hoping for anybody they can muck it up with, play outside, even Tampa. I don't care. I just don't want to be in 72 degrees AstroTurf. That's not the way the Bears are built. It's Trubisky to Allen Robinson for 12 yards and Montgomery for 3 yards. It's a terrible, terrible matchup. And look, they've lost to Breeze during the Nagy era. They've lost to Bridgewater during the Nagy era. If you want to say they're due, they're due. And I just wish, Rich, having come on your show all season long as a Chicago native, I could say one bleeping thing positive about the Bears. I feel like I'm such a downer about the Bears, but they betrayed me.
They betrayed you by,
losing 6 games in a row and and I guess making the playoffs. But now here I'm supposed to be like, you know what, Rich, we made it. We're in. I can't say they're going to beat the Saints.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.